especially with the addition of the Grand Tower. The
All right. Good evening, everybody. Hello. Welcome. I'm expecting a few more people tonight, but I'll go ahead and get started. Let me turn the sound down on my device here real quick. There we go. All right. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have an excellent slideshow to look forward to, 35 stereo photos. Let me put our links and relevant information in the chat.
And Matt?
Yes.
Okay, I've got my loom pad cranked up here, and I've got a side-by-side here, and I was trying to find Twitch or someplace to get it to behave properly here.
So what you want to do is go into the Twitch app, which you may already be in there.
I thought it was open, but let me double check. Okay, so we're going to... There's Twitch. Okay, I guess it was not open yet.
And you probably have us already saved, and then you'll need to share that to the LeiaTube app.
Okay, I've got a double screen here. I've got your logo within a logo, so I'm not sure which one to get rid of here. I'm going to get rid of one.
All right.
Okay. And sharing. Share link.
No, you want to share it with the LeiaTube app.
Okay. I'm not sure where to share it to the LeiaTube.
I believe you have to do share link and then click on, it'll bring up a list of apps, and then you can click on Twitch.
There we go.
Thanks, Herb.
Steve Siegel, you may want to reverse your background.
Yes, it's mirrored to us.
I thought I already did. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I can probably do that.
I'm not seeing Twitch showing up on my quick share. It was showing up on my regular app window.
All right. Well, it's probably installed there somewhere. You probably need to view all
I'll
of your
figure it out.
apps.
Never mind.
All right. Fantastic. As I said, we've got a big turnout tonight. I'd like to welcome a new contributor, Jeff Wilkinson. We'll be seeing some of his work, and I'm excited to share that. Because we have such a large group tonight, I will be enforcing the 3-minute timer. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but please keep that in mind as we discuss the stereo photos that we'll be enjoying tonight. I do have an announcement to make. Oh, bear with me here. Here we go. Just updating the slideshow. The Solano Stroll is back for 2026. This year, it's Sunday, September 13th. Last year at the Solano Stroll, we introduced our pop-up 3D theater. Of course, I have a photo of that. It was a tremendously positive turnout. It was also a lot of work. I am conscripting volunteers to assist with staffing the booth, cleaning and distributing glasses, and answering questions. Even if you're not interested in volunteering, if you're in the neighborhood, please do visit the festival and drop by to say hi. It's a great opportunity for stereo photography as well. And I am making some upgrades to the theater based on feedback from last year, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'll be sending out an email later this week, but if you're available, please keep this in mind. Are there any questions or comments about that?
I'm certainly in to help.
Excellent. All right.
I would love
Let's see.
to. Matt, I would love to do it again. I'm going to be out of town that weekend.
Understood.
So sorry.
That's okay.
Really enjoy that, and I wish I could help you guys. But everybody, if you're in the Bay Area, it's great. You meet lots of really interesting people. So try to help Matt and Tor out.
All right. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, you definitely paid your dues last year, and I'm sure we'll be doing it again.
I have a correction. I may, in fact, be out of town, but I will update because I may have a conflict at work.
Okay. Just let me know. All right. Before we begin tonight's slideshow, let me set up the poll during the slideshow as each stereo photo is displayed. Please use the poll to rank each stereo photo on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being okay, 5 being wow. All right, that is now launched. If you're joining us in Zoom, you can access it in the Zoom app. And let me post the QR code to the chat for those like me who prefer to use their smartphone or tablet. And here it is. And let me grab that myself. There we go. Participation in the poll is optional, but if you can participate, please do. The more that participate, the better the results. Please do not vote for your own photos, and I will show the results after the slideshow. So while the image is displayed, please make your selection. Now we're going to start off with a series of photos by Lee Pratt. Lee, welcome. Most of the slideshow, as usual, is randomized, but Lee, I kept your 4 photos in one group since you included a map. I thought it worked best as a single set. So I'm going to put you on the spot right now.
Thank you. Let me figure out how I can see them myself.
Okay, I can describe them, and I can tell you the title as well if you need me to.
Okay, I won't look at them. You just tell me how bad they are.
That's fine. I wouldn't say they're bad. The first image we're looking at is the wave map.
Hey, ready for me to talk?
Take it away, Lee.
Between Utah and Arizona, there is a place that's called The Wave. I have been there several times. It's also between a couple of towns, not that far west. Let's see, west of I forget, Mojave or whatever it's called. And in any case, it's a very scenic place that I had planned to use this in a sequence. Unfortunately, some of the images there I previously saw it. Unfortunately, some of the images didn't turn out right, and so I did not enter this in a sequence this year. I wanted to do so. Let's see, there should be a blue line on it. Oh, I keep seeing it come and go.
Yeah, sorry, I'm having
Yeah,
a
we're seeing
bit
it.
of trouble with the share. Let
Okay.
me try this one more time. Sorry for the disruption, Lee. I think now, for those who are following along
I
on
have
the
it
Zoom
now.
share, fantastic.
Yes,
Sorry for the confusion.
The most common way is to follow the blue line from a top on down to the bottom. And you cross over into Arizona about halfway down.
All right, let's move on to Lee's next photo. Lee, this is the wave.
Yes, this is in the wave. I've got a line between my two pictures that
Yeah,
I'm
there
seeing
seems to
for
be
some reason.
All right, sorry, Lee, we're having a bit of technical difficulty here. Let me straighten this out. Not sure what's happening. Let's see. Yeah,
I
Lee,
think that's.
On
think
the YouTube stream, it looks like we have two halves of the same picture overlaid.
yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Lee, I'm sorry. We're going to have to go to your next photo, pool in the wave, which I think will
Okay.
display properly.
Very good. When you come into the pool, into the wave, you come from the north. This image is looking north. You come in the north end and walk in. Sometimes there is water there. This was water when I was there one time.
Lee, what month is this?
Good question. It was not snowing. I've been there 4 times, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, I've been there too, but I don't recall seeing the water in there. So
It just sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not.
that's lovely.
Thank you.
So are
the
we calling
next-
this number 3? Yeah, we are. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. And Lee, tell us about the next photo in this group. Pool
Okay.
in the wave 2.
That is another trip there, looking at about the same angle. And here you see a lot of the reflections of the water. It was nice and still. You're looking north from the south side, but you're not completely into the wave yet. Next
And what
picture, you're at the
What are you
wave.
shooting? What are you shooting this with?
Two
What's your camera?
cameras. Two cameras, lots of different cameras. It's hard to say.
All right. Well, thank you, Lee. I think that is the batch. I'm sorry I couldn't get image number
But you
2 to properly display.
Go ahead and show the fourth one if you can.
Well, Lee, I think this is the conclusion of your group. Did you submit an additional one that I missed?
The one that's just called The Wave.
Sure.
That's the one that wouldn't work.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's the one I'm having technical difficulty in displaying. I can try it again.
Okay.
I'm not
nope,
sure.
that's one of the pools.
Right.
Anyway, that's it. When you walk further into it, you see the wave, all of this sandstone ridges and things like that. Beautiful place. And Phyllis said she's seen it. She can probably describe it as good or better than me.
No, it's an amazing place. Absolutely beautiful, great for photography.
Yes, there's another rock that looks just like a hamburger. They call it the hamburger rock.
And you managed to have great skies.
I
Mine weren't
think
so
I think image 4 is pseudo.
Let's see.
That's it.
Oh, it might be.
That would be
Yes,
it.
let's see.
No, I think it's right. I think it's just got very little
Oh,
little
yeah.
depth.
It looks more correct with my glasses upside down.
Yeah, I think Melinda is correct.
I
let
think
me-
it is correct.
Uh-huh.
I think it just wants a wider base. It's
No, the horizon is definitely in the background if I reverse.
Well, I've just swapped the streams. I mean, I've just
It didn't look right.
swapped the pairs on the three screens, so it'll take a second to update. Let's get a consensus. There, we should see it now.
While you're working, this place requires you to have a permit to go into. It's on Indian land and also government wilderness land. Only 20 people today a day are supposed to get into it.
And Lee, did you shoot these on film?
Oh, I don't think any of these were shot on film.
Okay. Well, thank you, Lee. Let me swap these back. There we go.
Thanks, Matt, for doing your best.
Thank you, Lee. I appreciate your patience. And let's welcome a new contributor, Jeff Wilkinson. And his first image tonight is Alabama Hills Lone Tree. And that will be coming up. There we go. If you're following along on the YouTube or Twitch stream, there may be a delay of 10 or 20 seconds or so. Jeff, welcome. I'm going to put you on the spot. Would you tell us about this this lovely photo?
Okay, I did this last fall, and it's really hard to time the fall colors on the Eastern Sierra. I shot it with a realist. This isn't really capturing the yellow in the tree. What I did was I never had the roll mounted. I never mounted the roll. I left it just in the roll, and I brought it back to Oscar's and had them scan it. So I previously tried to scan it on my own. It didn't work. Their scan's much better than mine, but it's really you know, this Alabama Hills, these rocks are just amazing, and they're endless. And there was overcast, and the light was breaking periodically and kind of lighting up that tree, and I never could really get it just right, like the way I wanted to. I wanted it to just be brilliant. But I think that I'm researching like what kind of camera system I want to go with, like to change out of the realist format. So that's paramount on my mind. But I shot this in magic hour, you know. I did shoot a lot up there, but this is probably the best one I had of this scene.
It's a great
Are you
scan.
looking for a film camera or a digital camera?
I have 4 stereo realists, and I still like to shoot film no matter what, but I wanna go to a digital system. I mean, we could have that conversation later, maybe. I don't. And also, I have a question. Like, I could have manipulated this in After Effects, but I didn't know if that was allowed in this group.
But we do all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
okay.
like, if I like saturated that colors a little.
Yeah, if you wanted to color balance toward magic hour, absolutely fine.
Okay, great. That's good to know. But I did like the 3D effect on this.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty
Yeah.
good.
No, the rocks are great.
Yeah.
The rocks play a very important role as the foreground elements to really enhance the depth.
Mhm.
And they did a wonderful job with the scan. It doesn't
Oscar.
really have a lot of film artifacts that I notice with my eye.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
We have your next photo coming up in a bit. The rest of the slideshow is randomized, so Jeff, stand by, and we'll be coming to photo number 2
Okay, great.
in a bit. Herb, we have a lovely conversion of, the title is Cat Doing Unconventional Activity. Take it
And
away,
so,
Herb.
yeah, all of mine are done with Midjourney, which is an AI program, and then converted to 3D using Owl 3D. So it's basically not just a conversion; it's completely AI. But the prompt I used was color photograph of a cat doing an unconventional activity. And you never know what you're going to get. And, I love this. This almost looks like it could be a photograph of a real cat, but my subsequent ones get weirder and weirder.
This looks like my cat Kaiju.
Looks like mine too.
So the unconventional activity, I guess, is that the cat is playing or swimming in water.
Or standing above the water.
Yeah, that's what it seems to me.
It doesn't look like the cat is wet at all, but it doesn't look like there's any way for the cat to escape without getting wet.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can see how the you're using Owl 3D in this case, Herb.
Yes.
I can see
Correct.
how Owl and other 2D to 3D conversion tools can miss with water. It's such a dynamic thing with so many properties, transparency and reflection and motion.
Well, yeah, it's both the water and the whiskers that give this this one a problem. But
Well, the whiskers in this one aren't too bad.
If you look at the chin and the right eye, the whiskers are disconnected. But yeah, on the side, yeah, they look pretty good.
All right. Well, we have more from Herb that get more and more unconventional, as we will see. Thank you, Herb. Coming up next, Roberto. Come Ride with Me is the title. Hello, Roberto. Welcome.
Yes, well, here I took this one last Saturday. We held here the World Naked Bike Ride, and here this was a fun ride here with some people waiting for the bus, and we crossing the street naked in the middle of the city. And I believe this was a fun one with some friends. Going in a tandem bicycle, going in front of these people.
Yeah, I think
They look
go ahead,
very
Melinda.
happy about the spectacle.
Yes, it was. Well, we have different kind of reactions when we are riding in the city. Some are really fun, supporting, and some not that great to see us naked.
Are you riding behind them?
Yes, I fell from the bike because I was taking these pictures.
Oh no! And you weren't even wearing a helmet.
Actually, I was completely naked, so nothing.
Right, nothing. Right, but I hope you were okay, and Roberto, I hope your cameras were okay. How did they survive that spill?
Well, yes, actually, I was using the RXOs, so the RXOs are made for this kind of tough environment.
Yes.
And they held. I believe that after this fell, I I get a different tone of the pictures. I have to double check this out. But I felt that one of the cameras is making a little bit wash tone, and this was after the fail. So I have to fix it, and I didn't match completely the colors from both.
Yeah, you might have a light leak in the left camera. The shadow looks kind of washed out.
Yeah, so I have to check it out. I don't know if there's a way to calibrate them, or I don't know.
Oh, you
I like how you got the vanishing point in there. Nice depth here.
Yeah,
it's a nice composition, and the people really make it.
Yes, it was a really fun ride.
Roberto, did you need to lighten up the shadows in that? Is this a bus stop or a train stop?
Yes, I had. Well, I bring down the brightness because it was blown out, and the shadows were black out. So I have to. It's a fortunate way to work with raw files, so you can recover a lot of data.
Yeah, the exposure is very nice. I don't see any blowouts or nothing's too contrasty. Very nice.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, Roberto. All right, let's next hear from Steve. This is Tiny Tokyo.
Working. Yeah, this is, maybe you can tell, this is, I'm pretty sure it's not from an airplane. I believe this is Google Earth. And I was just, traveling the world via computer. It's pretty amazing what you can do with Google Earth. So if you've never done it, it's pretty easy. You just, slide your, it's just a cha-cha.
There are some alignment problems. If you auto-align it, it'll mostly fix that, and then you'll want to crop too.
Yeah, I guess, Matt, you probably
would you like
do
to try that?
That's usually the first thing I do.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, left eye is a little higher than the right.
Maybe I just didn't do it. Didn't take. Sometimes
I'm going to auto-align these.
Or maybe it's a rotation, actually. Interesting.
Well, there's also a scale issue. Auto-align will shrink the left eye to make them match. So it's mostly a scale problem, but auto-align will take care of that.
Helps.
Nice subject, though. I like the variety.
That is better.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, thanks. It's weird. I mean, that's literally the first thing I do. I'm going to say Alt A. I pretty much, it's like supposed to. I feel like it's. I don't even think about it. But maybe I didn't do it. I don't know.
It's possible you grabbed the wrong pair after you did all the hard work of aligning and editing it. I've done that.
Yeah, that's much easier on the eyes.
Thanks.
So for the poll, when you're making your selection, let's select based on the one that we just auto-aligned rather than the misaligned one. I don't know if that's entirely fair, but I'm sure since Steve said that he already did auto-align it.
I mean, if we were projecting slides, then the alignment would happen on site.
That's true. That's true. But with slides, we could assume everything is misaligned. All right. Thank you, Steve.
All right. Thanks, you guys.
Now, before I get to the next photo, which is by Ed, This might take me a second because of the auto alignment. Let me just tell it no. Okay, this will work out just fine. All right. Welcome, Ed. This is watermelon.
Is that pseudo? Or is it meant to be like that?
This is how it was submitted.
No, I'm not seeing it.
It should
Looks
pop up.
intentional, but yeah, I think it's pseudo.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What were we saying?
To tell.
And,
I'm not seeing it.
You're
I
not seeing it?
I think this is proper. I don't think it's pseudo. There's something going on in the lower right-hand corner, and I don't know if that's an optical issue.
There might be problems with it because the reason I wanted to get some opinions about it, I tried to do a stitch. There's like 9 frames.
Okay.
And I can't. I could get the frame was like didn't even get the entire circle, and so I made 6, 3. No, yeah, 2 across the top, 2 in the middle, and 2 in the bottom. And I tried the stitching software just to see how it would turn out. So I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, the image in the middle on the right is coming too far forward.
Yeah, there's the middle right tile is out of alignment with the rest of the image, I think.
Mm.
In the let's see, can I tell which eye? I can't tell which eye. I think it's the right eye. Yeah, the middle right tile in the right eye is out of whack.
I don't know. This is the first time practically the first time I try to do this. So I don't know if anybody in this group uses this kind of like method, like stitching the frames or any kind of like, I don't know. I had a really hard time getting it lined up. It's a little frustrating when I can't get the picture that I want because the field of view is too small. But I don't know if this is really the solution.
I mean, it's very ambitious and it should work. I think we just have the one misalignment in the right eye.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say this was a watermelon?
It's the top of a watermelon. The little stub of the stem at the top of a watermelon. I did the same thing with like an orange like a couple months ago.
Right.
But I didn't have any particular interest in this picture except that it was too big to fit in my frame, and so I tried the stitching method just to see what I would come up with. That's the only reason it's here, just to get some comments on how that turned out.
So you said you stitched together 6 different exposures?
Yes.
Well, I think that one tile flaw that has been cited is evident, but I'd say that's 1 out of 6. The other 5 actually don't look bad.
Actually, it's 1 out of 12 because there's
Of
actually
course.
six frames per picture. Yeah.
So perhaps keep experimenting with this technique. It looks like it's almost working. Perhaps there was something specific in this exposure that kind of tripped it up.
Yeah, definite potential.
Yeah, I have to move the actual object. I can't move the camera. I have to slide the thing from side to side and up and down. The little object. So then I think sometimes it went out of focus a little bit if I nudged it, or I don't know. I'll have to work on it some more.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if this has been mentioned earlier, but there's some retinal rivalry in the highlight at the lower left.
The reflection.
Yeah. I'm sure there are plenty of flaws. It was just an experiment. I just wanted to get a little bit of feedback. That's all.
It's cool. I mean, you're definitely doing something that nobody else here is doing. So it's fascinating to see what you're experimenting with.
Yeah, keep it up. I think you're very close with this one.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ed.
One alternative might be to not try to stitch it together into a perfect stereogram, but actually lean into the differences in the tiles and make each view obviously different. So it's more of a montage of a subject. Because I don't think you can get it perfect. That just sounds way too hard.
I guess the other possibility is to take one or the other of these, which look fine, and then take them to OWL 3D and the art, the AI stereo.
Yeah. Then you'll miss details like that little fiber at the top of the stalk in the upper right.
It'll be different. It'll interpret it. It's not something AI is going to recognize probably, but it'll be interesting to see how it interprets it, and it won't have as many anomalies. It won't have as much retinal rivalry.
All right, thanks, Steve.
Shouldn't.
Let's move on. We've passed our 3 minutes here. Thank you, Ed. The next stereo photo is by me. Here it is. The title is also the subject, Fallen Tree, Golden Gate Park. I thought this was an interesting subject, a lot of texture the branches provide. I thought a lot of depth, and I like the fact that this image sort of looks like it's out in the woods, in the wilderness, but it's actually just off a heavily trafficked path. It was a bit bright, had to bring the highlights down, and I think I lost a little bit of detail in that, but that's the light I had. Thank you.
No, it's great. And this is the sort of picture where in mono you just wouldn't get a sense of where everything is at all.
Indeed, yeah. I feel the same way. Let's move on to a photo by Phyllis. Welcome, Phyllis. This is Botanical Garden.
Actually, haven't seen this projected yet, so. So we have a really beautiful botanical garden, and this is the Japanese section of the botanical garden. This was a couple of months ago, and I just love the colors coming out.
It's beautiful image, but the middle right edge, that fence gives me trouble. I guess that's a fence.
Yeah, what is it? What trouble is it giving you?
It's like I see one on top of the other.
Huh.
Looks okay
Anybody
to
else
me.
see that? Because I don't see that.
If I zoom in, it goes away. So I think it's just a kind of a fence post effect. It's not.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah,
It's not a problem with the image.
You're right. If I get real close, it's better.
Yeah. Optical illusion. Our brain's trying to tell us something else.
Hi, Phyllis. This is Jeff. I'm curious, what camera did you use for this? I really like it.
This is the Beam Pro.
Oh, just a simple little handheld one, or like a phone?
Yeah.
Telephone.
Oh, wow.
Telephone one. Yes.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
good.
it shoots a really wide angle.
And the colors are generally really good on it. It's very sharp and the colors are good.
Wow.
I like it much better than my W3.
I like that branch reaching in from overhead. It's a nice lead in.
It's a little bit through the window. You might want to pull the window back just a touch, but that's pretty minor. It's It's a great
Yeah,
composition.
I'm not seeing that, and that's been a comment on almost all my images, and I don't understand why I can't see it that way, because it's definitely behind the window in my viewing.
It's just the trunk at the top right and maybe some of the
Okay.
foliage at the top left. Otherwise, everything else is inside.
Okay.
It's not super distracting. It's just worth mentioning.
Oh, thank you. I'm really curious why it's not showing up that way on my computer, because this has been a pretty common thing about my images, and I don't know what to do about it because it doesn't look like it to me. So I've got to figure out. I guess I just need to push things back just in case.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you.
Phyllis. Yeah, it's not distracting. I think some devices emphasize window violations more than others. But on my Loom pad, it's not really a distraction. Thank you, Phyllis.
Okay. Thank you.
Melinda, you go first, or that's the title of the photo that we'll be hearing about next.
Yeah, this was just in my neighborhood, up around Union Street. Big major dig. I don't know what they were doing, but it was interesting to see. And I sort of saw a nice natural framing here, so I just kind of walked in, took two shots, one while I was approaching, and then one after I framed my shot, and got out. Nobody said a word. Nobody even moved. They all held their pose, and I don't know what it was they were talking about or thinking about, but it was one of the easiest shots I've ever taken.
Drop their keys.
Drop the keys. That's good. I like that.
I think they're installing a reflecting pool.
Right.
Could well be. Yeah.
Nice shot.
Thank you.
Having that backhoe in the left really helps the depth too.
Yeah, my first shot, it was sort of too far away, so I wanted to get that a little more into the shot.
It's prominent, but because of its location, it doesn't overwhelm the composition.
Yeah, and I like that the chain sort of leads you into the gaping hole.
I'd be curious to see this with a vertical alignment, although that would probably cut out the backhoe on the right.
Yeah, I don't know. I try it sometimes, but most of the time, I guess I just don't really care.
This is with your Beam Pro?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're really getting the most out of that camera.
Oh yeah, I'm having fun with it. I'm glad that Phyllis and others are starting to play with it too.
All right, thank you, Melinda. Let's hear from Bob. Bob, thank you for your patience. I did get your updated version of Becoming Human, which is coming up now.
And this was a statue in front of Meow Wolf in Santa Fe. It's a wonderful immersive environment, half fun house, half multimedia show. Apparently they have a franchise of these around the country where they recruit local artists to deck out one of the many rooms in this warehouse-sized space. And this is the 40-foot robot that is standing near the entrance.
And some creative framing as well.
Yeah, this was a cha-cha with my iPhone.
Yeah, there's a meow wolf in Vegas, but I don't remember seeing this robot there.
They
So
probably
this is
have
more-
different things in different places, but
yeah, I
it's
think
quite
so. You
wonderful.
say they have the local artist maybe created this one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, recommend it.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. Definitely spend the day there.
Was this a 3D Con field trip?
Yes, yeah.
All right.
It's a wonderful one of the rooms was like a 1950s kitchen, which looked normal until the refrigerator opened and someone walked through it from another room. And they also had a washing machine that was actually a slide into yet another room. And it's quite the place for kids of all ages, as they say.
Now, you said this was a cha-cha. Was that the only camera that you brought with you, or did you bring other rigs as well?
The only other ring I brought was my X-Beam, which I didn't use as much as I thought I would. I did shoot some video with it. But
Bob, is that the actual sky from that day?
it is that we had the most amazing skies at 3D Con. I couldn't believe it. Now I did do some cloning to correct some clouds that had decided to do their own thing in the background between shots. But and I did do one sheet, which is why I wanted to show this tonight to see if anybody caught it. But the image that I shot did not have the lower foot, so I grabbed it from another shot and had my way with it. I'm hoping it works. I can't tell.
Great job. Can't tell.
I could.
Looks fine.
I would not have known.
Yeah, you matched that perfect.
And I thought about putting a little frame around the main picture with the foot coming through it. Couldn't decide. I haven't really tried it.
Looks great the way it is.
Yeah.
Well done. Thanks, Bob. All right, Jeff. Tell us about Alabama Hills Rocks.
This is just another view. I'd climbed up there's another rock not dissimilar to this where I'm standing on it. I had to climb up quite a ways to get to it. And I remember reading this, or maybe in photography school years ago, when I think I'm critical of my own photo. Somebody said, if something's colorful, use color film. If there's no color in it, use black and white film. And that's what I think of when I think of this picture. It would be better in black and white than color. But I do like the photo, and it's really kind of monochromatic. It's not a lot of color variation, but it's just fascinating. You can get lost in those hills there. But when magic hour hits there, you don't have much time. You know, you take a few photos and it's over. It gets dark.
Was this with your stereo realist?
Yes, stereo realist tripod. I shoot everything on a tripod. I
love the composition. I would make one suggestion next time. Since you're on a tripod and there's nothing really moving, I would try taking a couple of shots and basically doing a cha-cha with your stereo realist. Because my only problem with it is just there's not that much depth.
Right. I didn't really have anything in the foreground.
And I think it could work either way. As if it were going to stay as a color thing, I might do some more with the contrast and boost up the color a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It looks slightly washed out, but again, the composition is really lovely.
After we're done, I want to talk to you guys about a new camera system because it's such a huge investment.
Yeah.
I need to know what I'm going to do before I do it.
Well, the Beam Pros you can get as low as $100.
Right. I do like the idea of that, but I really like controlling the shutter and the f-stop. I really want to do that, and I like doing manipulative. I can the X beam is cheap enough; it doesn't matter. I could just do that right away. I should do that.
Well, we've had members yoke together two digital SLRs.
Right.
Yeah, you'll have a number of options, and we'll talk about this.
Yeah.
Roberto and myself, we use Sony cameras, which are pretty easy to synchronize, at least the models that we use. I think Roberto has more models of Sony
Right.
pairs than I do. I'm really happy with the Sonys. I've also shot with Canons. As Tor was saying, Canon DSLRs and other DSLRs are also very easy to synchronize. They're bulkier, of course, but that may not matter depending on the type of stereo photography you're interested in practicing. So,
Right. Right. I did do some research on those. You mentioned them last time, and then I'll have questions later about it.
Fantastic.
This picture has an interesting quality. Let me say this because it's probably not that important, but the left and the right sides of the picture match. So you could actually make this side-by-side picture into one extended picture because the mountains and the rocks kind of match. Like I said, it's apropos of nothing, but I've seen a few like that, and I don't know what you can do with it, but maybe.
Are you saying using it as a sort of a panorama or something by joining the right edge to the left?
Oh,
just
yeah,
interesting when you glance at it, you can sort of convince yourself that it's not two left and right eye, that it's one image because they match, sort of match.
That would be a fun creative to experiment with. Yeah. Thanks, Steve. And let's shift gears and hear from Herb about a cat riding an unconventional vehicle.
Oh, the exact prompt that I used was a color photograph of a cat traveling in an unconventional vehicle. And it certainly is unconventional. And by the way, all of these photos are in my book, which is a free PDF download. And I did put the link to that book in the chat earlier. So if this is the sort of thing that interests you, feel free to download the book and see what else I've done.
And to add to that, Herb updates Midjourney cats all the time. Is it monthly, Herb?
About once a month. It's due for another update, but I've been, dealing with other things, so I haven't had a chance. But it's due for an update.
Right. Yeah. The flooding of your basement, I'm sure, was a distraction from.
Yes. Well,
from your
it's
fine art
actually
efforts.
all back together now.
Excellent.
So.
I'm glad to hear that. It looks like it placed this unconventional vehicle maybe at Burning Man out there on the flats. That's the impression that I get.
It sure looks that way. I've never personally been to Burning Man, but it sure looks like pictures I've seen.
Well, we get plenty of stereo Burning Man photos from Silverman.
Conversion's pretty solid here. The overhang on the carriage is caught on the cat's ear. It's extending a bit. Be easy to just paint that little corner out.
Yeah, even the whiskers look okay in this one, I guess, because the cat is set back a bit.
Yeah, there's nothing for the whiskers to conflict with, although there are some whiskers painted onto the bike now that you mention it.
I guess they're just hard for me to see being so thin.
Yeah.
Herb, if you gave did this over and gave it the same directions, would it come up with the same image?
No. So actually, Midjourney is interesting. I talk about this a little bit in the book. When you give it a prompt, you get 4 different images, and there's a random seed that goes into it. So if you give it the same prompt again, you will get 4 different images, unless you specifically ask to do it with the same seed, and then you'll get 4 identical images.
Very interesting. Thank you, Herb. All right, let's hear from Roberto. Around Diana is the title. I think I got that right.
Yes. Yes, this is a main sculpture here in Mexico City in a main avenue. And here we were riding around it. And I was, as you can see, riding the bicycle, and everyone was taking pictures and everything, doing with a lot of sun. And I like this one because I have different planes in different depths. And I believe this is an interesting one with a lot of textures, a lot of sky. Well, I have to recover the sky because it was blown out with the original photo. But I like the result with this one, and also getting the guy on the left out of focus. I like the texture.
No modesty. I like this. And this is a good example of putting something in front of the window. When it's on the top or bottom, it doesn't create the rivalry that it would on the sides. So I like that the man in the foreground is forward of the window.
I like that you can see Diana on his cell phone.
Yeah.
There's also a story here about the one single clothed rider amongst this group.
Yeah, I'm sorry you didn't give the place of honor to someone without clothes. I think it would have helped sell Diana's image in there.
He's probably naked under his clothes.
Yeah, that's true. True. You need to supply X-ray glasses, I guess, with this one.
Stereo X-rays.
Yeah.
Roberto, you must have used a pretty fast shutter speed to capture this without any motion blur while you were riding.
Well, when I am taking these pictures, I use manual mode, and because we were going under the shadow trees, I believe I was 1/400, and the ISO was as low. I believe it's 80, because I couldn't fix the settings during the ride, so I kept this one, and some are dark when I was riding under the trees, and some are blown out like this one. So I use the raw format to recover the both the dark one and the blown.
Yeah, good job recovering the sky. That's it looks very natural.
Thank you.
Yes, excellent exposure after your process. Thanks, Roberto. All right, Steve. I think I'm going to pronounce this right. Filet camel ride. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Your guess is as good as mine. I don't remember. It's been a couple of years now, but yeah, this is from a trip in Egypt. That's one of the little, I believe, one of the little islands there. I'm not sure I even heard it pronounced. I saw a sign, and I liked that the kid was on there. I thought that made it a little bit more interesting. This is with the W3.
Yeah, it's nice.
Really nice, sharp image for a W3.
I've heard they have races where they put little kids on camels to race and put Velcro on their seats.
Couldn't tell you. They do have camel rides where you can the tourist can get on, and my wife did do that. She was able to take some 3D pictures of her.
I like the shadow of the, I presume those are like palm fronds on the back of the back of the image on that wall. It sort of gives a
Yeah.
location. Yeah, this is very nice exposure, especially for the W3. There's a shadow over the child's face, but I think that's okay. We can still kind of see part of the face. We wouldn't get much detail even if you had used a flash or if you lighten those up. And Lee, I read recently, I forget where, Wall Street Journal, that they've stopped using children and now they use child-size robots in the camel races so that children aren't exploited.
Okay.
It's a real thing.
Fascinating.
That is.
But I think this little one is probably just a tourist, not a racer. Not with how that camel is.
He looks like a working
Sure.
kid to me.
Yeah, I don't think he was a tourist. I think he was somebody who was like helping out his parents, or maybe attracting tourists because
I
they're
see.
kind of drawn to little kids or more trusting of little kids.
Got
He
it.
looks like he knows what he's doing with that camel.
Yeah, you wouldn't give a tourist a stick.
That's a
Tourist
good
kid
point.
keeps scared.
Yes. All right, thank you, Steve. This next photo is by me. Transamerica Pyramid Detail is the title. I think most of us here recognize the Transamerica Pyramid in San Francisco's financial district. It's a very distinct architecture, pyramid shaped. And this is a detail of the building looking up, walking down the sidewalk. I must have walked through here 100 times. I don't know, probably many more than 100 times. But I never really looked up and admired the geometry of this building from the vantage of the ground. And I took an entire series of photos. It was a really gold mine. I just realized I had been overlooking this fantastic kind of abstract subject as long as I've been shooting stereo. And I was actually shooting photos around this, but finally looked up. And this one I thought was the most successful. It still has a sense of the building itself. You can kind of see one of its wings at the top, while also just having a lot of interesting geometry for the stereo.
Are those lights the four black things?
They are, yeah. They're kind of pitch black here, but that's exactly what they are. They kind of serve as like street lights to illuminate the sidewalk.
It's lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, very nice.
Good find.
I am again reminded of a workshop that I attended at a 3D con that George Themelis led, and the subject was look up. And that was great advice. All right, let's hear from Phyllis with Wayne with Deep Time Rhyme Sculpture.
All right. This is my husband, Wayne, and we were just recently came back from stone carving symposium, and that was actually both of those are his sculptures, and the stone is a zebra calcite.
That's why I'm trying to. Oh.
And this is we all had a show. I mean, we had a show at the end of it, and all those pedestals are full of sculptures that all of us made. And I tried to get one of me, but the person who was taking the picture put their finger in one side of it. So I have no pictures of me.
That's a quality of the W3.
Well, this would probably be an easy one to basically take one side of it and feed it to OWL and get a 3D conversion, and you might not see any artifacts in that.
So what artifacts are we seeing?
No, what I mean is some conversions show artifacts, but I think this would be a fairly easy conversion.
Oh, okay.
That you'd get a good result, and then you'd have a photo of you.
He's talking about dealing with the thumb in the picture.
Oh, okay. Got it. I'll have to think about that.
The conversion would miss the reflections in the pedestal, but other than that, yeah, these are easily identified silhouettes, and a conversion shouldn't have too much trouble with it.
Well, I think the conversion would miss the shape of the sculpture itself. It might render it as just like a flat object.
True, yeah. Be curious to see what it would do with it.
It probably wouldn't be as interesting as the sculpture itself.
Sculpture I did was lapis, and it was turned out that the one side of it was turned out to be gold. I mean, it's not gold. It's pyrite, but it's just this golden side. It was really pretty. But I don't have
gold.
Fool's gold? Is that what you said, Lee?
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's pyrite.
That's pyrite.
Maybe next time I'll have a picture of that one.
I think the depth in this one is really aided by all the other pedestals in the background. That adds a lot of interest as well.
My only suggestion might be to clone that one bright area at the base of Wayne's sculpture there. It's
the reflection.
Yeah, it's only in the right chip and not in the left.
There's a bit of it in the left.
I'm previewing.
I see on the back side. Yeah, I see that.
I wasn't sure if it's just my looking at it on free viewing on a small screen, or if it is just as potential.
No, it's a reflection on the back.
Yeah, the tree line.
I mean, it's easy to clone, but I think it would help.
That would be. Thank you. I didn't see that.
Really nice exposure too. Nice overcast day, even ambient light, no harsh shadows. Really pleasant for this portrait. Really nice.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I was very thankful for that.
Yeah, thanks, Phyllis. Don't Do It by Melinda.
Yeah, so this was out at the labyrinth at Land's End. I'd never been out there. I recently found the Land's End Trail, which is a lovely walk. And the first time I went out there, and afterwards I found out that I was very close to the labyrinth. So on a subsequent trip with a friend Christian, we went all the way out there to the labyrinth, and I took this at the edge, looking down into the water.
That's terrific.
Thank you.
Is that with the Pro?
Yes. Mhm.
The shoes make this one for me. Without
Yeah,
them,
this-
it's just it's an interesting perspective, but the shoes make it a story.
Well, there's a little more to that story. I'm not actually wearing the shoes.
I was
Oh,
wondering about
really?
that.
Yeah, so I think was it Tor last time suggested the idea of putting the shoes out there
Nice.
in order to get the photo, which was something that had occurred to me the previous time I was taking one of these cliff images, and
This
I didn't want to stand that close this time, so I remembered and I decided to take my shoes off and get the shot.
This is one that if you see it in 2D, it looks like the cliff is a lot bigger. This one you really need to see in 3D to get the effect.
Hmm. Yeah, in 2D it looks like a much larger ledge.
Yeah, otherwise it looks when you 3D you're right on the edge
Yeah.
there. That's
the-
great.
I find that the fact that we don't see a lot of depth in those waves, the choppy water, indicates to me really how high the subject is standing. I get a real sense of vertigo looking at this one
Yeah.
on my loom pad.
And it's not really as high as the last one. The last one was like 200 or 300 feet high. This one's only like 20 feet up or something like that. I mean, high enough that I didn't want to get out there at the tip myself. It was also undercut. You kind of see that in 3D.
I think that's a great technique. That works.
Hmm.
Thanks, Melinda.
Thank you.
All right, Bob, tell us about Carol's Viewmaster birthday.
This is friend Carol Bauer. And once again, she brought her wonderful Viewmaster purse with her to 3D Con. This is great. That the reel is actually the coin purse that fits inside. And there's a light inside the purse that could actually show you what's on that reel.
That's terrific.
Yeah, you can check online. Just Google Viewmaster purse. I think when they're in stock anywhere, they go for about $100. But it's quite a wonderful piece, and it just lent itself for her card.
Oh, that's great.
That's great. I like the reel as being the O.
Yeah.
Very clever.
And you got a great reaction from her. It's a lovely stereo portrait.
Oh yeah, no, it's wonderful. She loved it.
Did you have to recompose to put her on the side with the wall?
Did I recompose it? No, I
Okay.
just I framed it so that I could put the
Nice.
birthday in there.
Nice.
Thanks.
And you're not going to tell me that this is a cha-cha.
It actually is.
Wow.
I
must
did-
have-
It's nice when your subject understands the assignment.
I've been taking to telling my subjects, okay, no blinking, hold still, and especially with this group, they're very cooperative.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they
and she's a great model.
Well, Bob, you must have fast hands too in order to get your two exposures without your subject losing patience.
Oh no, it was a quick cha-cha.
Well done. And you've shared this birthday card with Carol, I presume?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't wait.
So
I've
that
nev-
begs the question, you're at a 3D con, you obviously had 3D cameras with you. Why is this a cha-cha?
Why not? I like, first of all,
Well, why not? Because they're prone to error.
well, Not really. My subjects are very good at holding still. Plus, I like the iPhone camera, and the X beam tends to exaggerate the depth too much for me sometimes and distort, where this gives me a very natural looking image. I really prefer it to the X beam in this case.
I see,
Now,
Bob.
if there was a lot of action going on in the shot and a different composition, I might have opted for the X beam. But no, I was happy with the camera that Apple supplied me here.
You're very careful about not introducing rotation in your two exposures, which to me is a telltale sign of a cha-cha. Yours are hard for me to detect.
Thanks. Yeah, I owe it all to Stereo Photomaker. I don't think I did anything else other than align it with that.
Very nice. Thanks, Bob.
Sure.
We're getting more unconventional with the cats here. Here's a cat talking on an unconventional telephone. Herb, what's the prompt for this?
Okay, so
this
again,
odd
the
one?
prompts were all very simple. Color photograph of a cat talking on an unconventional telephone. With all my prompts, I begin them with color photograph because Midjourney can also do charcoal drawings or oil paintings or India ink sketches, and if you don't tell it what media you want, you can't necessarily predict what you're going to get. But it is what it is. There's a few extra numbers on the dial, so that's interesting.
Well, is this Alexander Graham Bell's cat?
Must be.
Yeah.
So, Herb, when you say you start with a photograph, so is it like a photograph of a cat?
No, what my prompt is, the words that I give it, color photograph of a cat talking on an unconventional telephone. So if I just say cat talking on an unconventional telephone, I might not get something that looks like a photograph. I might get something that looks like an oil painting.
So you say photograph as a way of saying I want it to look realistic.
Exactly.
And you can even add photorealistic photograph to those.
It's unusual, I feel, that Midjourney doesn't have a way to specify that outside of the prompt. You don't have a series of buttons to select photorealistic over an oil painting, over a charcoal sketch, over the other types of art.
Let me interrupt real quick here. Yeah, I see you're having the same kind of problems with the whiskers, that they look like they're attached to the wallpaper.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a story here because the cat looks wet to me, and I see the phone base seems to be perched on a vessel of liquid. But that wasn't in your prompt, of course.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. And what happens is when you give it a prompt, you'll get 4 different images. And if you don't like any of them, you can repeat the prompt and get 4 more images. But what happens is I look at the composite images, and in one image, I might have liked the cat better, but not liked the telephone as much. Or, I might have liked the cat and the telephone, but not liked the background. So what I'm doing is, if I don't like any of them, I'll do the prompt again or maybe change the prompt. But if I like one, I'll often settle for a cat that I don't like as well in order to get a telephone I like better.
It kind of has a steampunk look, that phone.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. And I love the panels. I wish the AI could come decorate my house like that. Well, this one definitely fits the bill for unconventional. Thank you, Herb.
Whoops. You cut out. If you can still hear me.
I can hear you just
Oh,
fine. Yeah.
yeah.
Can you hear me? Might have been a glitch.
Yeah, now I can.
Great. Yeah. Don't leave us yet, Bob. Let's hear from Roberto with Jaguar.
Well, yes. Actually, I was going to name this one Seconds from Disaster because this was just before I fell from the bicycle. So, but it doesn't match the theme of the photo. Only if you know the story, you will understand the second title. But yes, this was this woman was body painted with a jaguar, and like it was really detailed. I really like the job, and I catch her during the ride many times, and I really like this one because it reflects all the sun that we were suffering under the blaming. It was really warm in a warm day, so we enjoy it. This Jaguar, I like it how it came out, and it reflects the ride, the joy of the ride here this Saturday. And this, well, I don't know if you know, but this ride is around the world. You can go in London. I went one in Portland, and it's a really fun ride.
Better weather where you are.
Actually, Portland is at night because it's really hot over there.
Mm. It could still rain at any time.
They should solicit sunscreen manufacturers to sponsor.
Actually, we have, there are so many brands that sponsor the ride. So before you go out, you can get sprayed with sunscreen.
It's great.
So I will tell you an interesting story about the Portland Naked Bike Ride, but I'm going to wait till the end of the meeting to tell it. And when I tell it, you'll understand why I waited till the end of the meeting.
Okay, perfect. I will wait.
And Herb, don't scare anybody away because we still want to talk about Jeff's camera rig questions. So I don't know where this is going. I'm totally intrigued, but just throwing
How
that out
often
there.
does this activity occur?
Every year.
Once a year.
Yes,
Once
every
a year?
Yes, once a year
in each
around
location.
the world. What date normally?
Different days in different locations.
Roberto, I think there's a slight synchronization error. I'm looking at the rear tires of the two bicycles closest to us, and I see like one has a red inner tube cap, and its vertical position is slightly different in both. And I've encountered the same thing photographing bicycles. The wheels spin so fast, the rest of the image will appear in sync. But the synchronization just isn't fast enough for that part of the scene.
Yes, maybe there is a little misalignment of syncing the both of the pictures because we were riding not that fast, but the wheels were spinning a little faster. Actually, the tire of the woman, it's if you see the tire, it's a little bit out of sync also.
The tread is a little advanced from one night to the other. Yeah.
My Sonys do the same thing, but not all the time. I mean, the sync is for me good enough for 99% of the photos I take. But this is excellent. Thank you, Roberto.
Thank you.
Steve, tell us about this colorful parade.
Why do I always have to follow Roberto?
Well, I will answer that. Let me pause this. So for the past few months, I've made an effort.
It's just a joke.
Sure, but I will explain. I am now setting up the slideshow in the order that the photos were submitted. So it's just a coincidence that you two happened to submit your photos right after the other. All right, Steve, take it away.
It's also a way of me complimenting Roberto.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, this is I actually used this picture as kind of a composite where I used to I turned one into a negative and was playing around in affinity. But then I looked at the picture and said, I kind of like it straight. It's such an interesting, because I ran out into the parade route to get a picture, and then this guy's costume has these holes in it, which works well for depth. So this is, I think Disney World. It's definitely one of the Disney
You got
parks.
Space Mountain in the back there.
Yeah, it's one of the Disney parks. I'm just not sure
Yeah.
which one.
That float looks really familiar. Have you shown that float before?
Well, I used this picture and merged it with another picture, and kind of was playing a trick where like the shadow areas made a hole. I think it was a creative that was the theme, and I wanted to experiment, and it came out pretty good. But then I was looking through some old pictures, and I don't think I've submitted this one before. I think I submitted it as part of a composite.
I don't remember the subject, but the float looks familiar.
Yeah, I think probably you remember the float because the float didn't have as much of the composite effect.
I like that the dancers' wings don't just have the holes. There's also transparent areas in the purple area. It's translucency as well as just
Oh
straight
yeah,
lines.
okay, good call. Yeah, you can definitely see it in the one that's to his right and sort of in the middle of the frame. You can see like a white shape back there. That's good call.
I might suggest toning down the highlights in the background. That I guess that's
Space Mountain. It is
Space
a little
Mountain.
blown out.
Yeah, at first I thought it was cloud formations back there, but it is slightly washed out to my eyes. I thought it might help focus more on the foreground if it were darkened a bit.
Yeah, I'll give that a try. There's a pretty good chance that I did that already.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember.
Because her white dress leading into that mountain kind of draws the eye up there. And if you could darken that, it might take it back to her and the foreground dancer.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, thanks.
Sure.
I'll give that a shot.
Yeah.
And is that an alligator on that?
Yeah, that's a Princess and the Frog float, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
You're right. That's one of the characters from Princess and the Frog. A good but lesser known of the animated features, Disney features.
I'm impressed, Steve. You ran out in the middle of this parade to get your composition. That's first class effort there.
The holes in the wings make great 3D.
The great thing about Disney is they're so nice to their patrons. So they'll just say in a friendly way,
Don't do that again.
Back. They don't get angry. They're very nice there.
Right. All right. Thanks, Steve. This next one is mine. Got Pain is the title. I think this is a great X-Reel Beam Pro shot. I don't normally photograph children or children who aren't mine or who I don't know. And I certainly won't post this to social media or anything. But I walk by this corner all the time, and I've been waiting for something to happen in that little gap, thinking that this structure would act as a nice frame for a stereo composition. And I shot this with my X-Reel Beam Pro basically from the hip as I was walking by. I didn't want to make a big scene out of it. and I was extremely happy with the results. The pose of the subject, and of course that bus with the ad for the ambulance chaser adds an additional layer as well, and sort of a contrast of the woman and the child. I don't really know what message that might be, but that's what it is. Thank you.
Your timing was perfect. Was the bus moving?
It was, yeah.
Was it? Wow.
And I
That's
wasn't
really great
even
timing.
looking at the
Yeah.
screen. It
And
was
and
just
shooting from the
awesome.
hip gets you on the eye level of the kid, which is nice.
Yeah, yeah. So a lot of luck made this one work. I think I did. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, has the live stream stopped? Because I'm not getting it on my on my loom pad anymore.
Oh, let's
Yeah,
see.
me too.
Okay. Yes, it looks like
now I can tell the story of what happened at our meeting. Basically, what happened was we were live streaming our meeting, and we had some photos of the Portland Naked Bike Ride, and the AI decided that it was inappropriate content and shut down the live stream in the middle of the meeting.
Wow.
And I remember Bob Bloomberg was watching the live stream, and he said, "Did the live stream just end?" And we didn't know what had gone wrong until afterwards. I checked my email, and it said that it was shut down for inappropriate content.
That's exactly
Wow.
what happened on Twitch, Herb. The same thing happened on my loom pad, and I'm sure it happened to anyone else streaming tonight's slideshow on Twitch. I got a message.
The YouTube stream is fine.
Yeah. The Twitch message says, you have been temporarily suspended from streaming for 1 day. Some features and view violation. And
It's a little kid.
it's just sending me to the appeals portal. I don't think it's the child. I think it's probably the nudity from the bike ride.
Oops, sorry.
That's okay. So I don't have. They don't actually explain what the violation is. Just that there's a violation.
It happened when this photo came up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a child in it, maybe?
I think it's probably the Twitch does have. You're not allowed to stream nudity, and I think that's probably
delayed
what
response.
tripped it up. Exactly.
And
it was
so
frozen
that's
for
why
a
I didn't
while.
want to say anything, because I didn't want the live stream to pick up my explanation and say, "Oh, we
You're
missed
the one.
that. We better censor it." So
Maybe it read your mind.
Yeah, you didn't want to be a narc.
yeah.
Right. Well, Herb, thank you for sharing that story. I will keep this in mind moving forward. I think I will confirm after Twitch follows up following this violation what the violation was. And if we want to continue streaming on Twitch, which I do because I think it's the best streaming app for some of the devices that we use, we'll just have to decide how we will move forward. So I'm sorry for the rest of the meeting. If you were streaming on Twitch, that stream has been disabled for the rest of the meeting. However, screen share is still working in Zoom, and both the YouTube side-by-side and the YouTube Anaglyph streams are working as well. And those links are in the chat if you need them. Scroll up if you need to find them, and let me know if you need me to repost those. So lesson learned, I actually have a creepier story about AI eavesdropping on a conversation that happened to me the other day, but it's not stereo related, so I'll save it for another time. I think I've taken up plenty of time here, so let's move on.
I have a question. I
Yes.
still had one question about this
Sure.
photo. I understand that you didn't try to time it, but did you have any idea that that bus was going by back there
I
when you took
really
it?
wasn't paying attention. I knew that the child was there, and
Uh-huh.
I sort of pulled it out of my pocket and snapped a photo, and it was
Wow.
very lucky. And I was moving as well, so none of this was really planned or timed. It was just a lucky event. All right, thank you all. Next is one from Phyllis. Correct me if I mispronounce this, Phyllis. Forest Cachinas is the title.
That's correct. This is in our on our property. We had a bunch of metal that we needed to do something with, and so my husband put together sculptures with other pieces hanging off of them, and it changes as the light goes through the forest. They're kind of facing mostly south. So as the sun goes around, it changes all day long. It's kind of exciting to be standing in there. I believe there's 7 of them, and I think we can only see 6 right now because one of them's on the tree behind the first tree.
That's beautiful. Is it?
And those things are hanging out in the middle. They're where they're supposed to be. They're hanging off of the little metal things that are almost disappearing. But they also move in the wind, so the whole thing is kind of kinetic at the same time.
So they're not floating; they actually are attached, and looks like maybe they're balanced.
Yeah, they move, so they twist, and they're on fishing lure twisty things. So they're moving in the breeze. So sometimes it's hard to catch them when they're straight on instead of when they're flat. I mean, on an angle.
It's almost as if
Kind of
this
strange.
installation was planned to be photographed in stereo.
Well, the woods are kind of like that. The trees make that decision for us, but yeah, it certainly turned out to be a good subject for it.
Yeah. Of course,
Lots of depth.
verticals. Yes, and verticals really emphasize that depth. X-Reel Beam Pro, I presume.
Yes, I believe it was. Yeah. I also shot it with the iPhone, but I'm pretty sure this one's the Beam Pro.
Yeah, that's lovely. Thank you, Phyllis.
Yep.
Melinda. Wow, here's quite a subject. Cedar Lake and Mount Rainier.
Yeah, so this was another shot from my recent Canada trip. I said I wasn't going to submit anymore, but I stumbled upon this view that I had totally forgotten about, which worked really well in stereo. It's got depth all the way from the foreground to the farthest background. There's a little more extreme foreground that I cropped out at the bottom, and I really like this like circular lake right in the foreground. So that's I checked on the map, and that's Cedar Lake, and yeah, a pretty clear day, pretty good image quality. Really lucky on the just on the all the layers of depth and stuff going on there.
And great light too. The long shadows that the trees are casting contributes a lot.
And those foreground trees are really sharp too. It's pretty much full resolution too. It's kind of a shame that I have to resize it down for the submission, but yeah, it almost overlooked this.
Yeah, that's a good point. I wonder how this one would look projected.
I have a question about this one. You shot it with the X-beam. Is that what you said?
No, this was with my DSLR.
What's the inocular distance, do you think?
Probably shooting relatively quick, like half a second at I don't know,
No, the distance.
150 miles an hour. So I don't know what the distance is. Maybe.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I get it.
25 feet, maybe. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's really good. I like it. Look at the clouds. I just noticed it finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, depth throughout. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, with these kinds of aerial cha-chas, you just shoot a burst and select the best two. Is that what you did, Melinda?
No, I haven't been using burst for pretty much anything, even though I guess I could. Here I'm just shooting. I mean, once I've got the sort of alignment that I see coming up that I want, then I just pretty much shoot as quickly as I can. So it's probably it's probably twice a second or something like that.
I'm sure there is math that could tell us exactly what the distance was based on those values, but I think you eyeballed this one just right. Did you have just these two exposures to select from, or did you have more than two that you could pick and choose from?
I think I had quite a few.
All right. Lovely. Thank you, Melinda.
Thank you.
Incidentally, we're going to run a little bit late tonight. We have, we have about 20 to 25 minutes left in our slideshow, and then I know we'll have some discussion. So stick around if you can. I'll try to be a little more diligent with the timer, and that's all I will say about it so that I'm not wasting anyone's time. Let's hear from Bob and the Where is Waldo Woodhead?
Good. I took this in the art gallery at 3DCon just a little while ago. This was a series of cards that Ron Labby had done, where he'd taken old stereo cards and added stickers to them. In this case, roses and dollar bills. And there happened to be a Waldo doll in the gallery, which I felt was an appropriate display for Ron's cards, since he was a street performer with a group called Waldo Woodhead. So I sent this to him as a little souvenir, since he couldn't be at 3DCon.
Yeah, it's fun to
yeah, I'm previewing the card. Yeah.
You can preview it either way, and then preview within the preview.
A lot of depth, the mirror effect in the card, and
yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised that there's like no color rivalry when previewing the within the image. It's
Yeah, I selected the card and sharpened it a little bit, and I did augment the colors on the stickers that he did, and used a little bit of saturation on those.
Yeah, it looks like you had even light falling on it also, so that the exposure of the card itself is pretty consistent for the two pairs.
Yeah, there was one problem of a heavy reflection on the left pair on the card, and I cut and pasted from the right chip, and obviously it was invisible. No one commented on it, so
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
so
catch it.
when you preview the card itself, it's like one eye is getting the one with the orange stripe, the money with the orange stripe in the middle, and the other way is with like yellow, and then the yellow one has green money background, and the other one has blue money background. But in stereo, there's like no rivalry at all. The brain just sort of says, oh yeah, it's red with green.
It's
yeah, it didn't bother me that it vibrates a little bit. I thought that's the effect that money has on some people. So.
Well, I guess I'm saying I don't see any vibration at all.
Oh, okay.
That's the surprise for me.
I see the same thing. Perhaps it's the size. I don't know. It's amazing how much we can get away with.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm seeing that the left chip has a brighter green dollar bill on the right than the right chip does. If I
But when you fuse them, that just goes away.
Yeah,
right?
no, yeah. It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, thanks, Bob.
Interesting side story for another time. There was another Waldo doll, a Mrs. Waldo, in the gallery that I did some fun stuff with.
Well, I hope we see it next month.
Yeah, I don't know if I photographed it. It was more of an installation piece.
All right.
I'll tell you about it later.
Okay. Thanks, Bob.
Sure.
Let's hear from Herb next. This is, I think, the most unconventional cat we've seen, a cat playing an unconventional instrument. Oh, Herb, you're muted.
I was
There
muted.
we go.
So, color photograph of a cat playing an unconventional instrument, and I couldn't even figure out what instrument this was supposed to be. So it was unconventional.
I guess it must be a musical instrument since it seems to have strings. But what's embedded in that? Is that quartz?
Yeah, it's like a crystal block with wires inside. I'd really like to see a proper 3D treatment of an object like that.
Yeah,
cool instrument.
Yeah, that's something I guess that I don't think. Well, I can't speak on that, but clearly 3D conversion applications have trouble with transparent and translucent objects.
Not to mention refraction.
Not to mention. This certainly works in stereo. It's not like it's causing any errors, and it is. It still meets the explanation being unconventional. But it's really interesting how Al3D handled that conversion. Some of these patch cables, they look correct. I could see that this would be a challenging conversion for any conversion app. And is that a ball of string in the lower left-hand corner?
I don't know what that even is supposed to be.
Yeah. And how appropriate that there's a That lamp. Is illuminating the scene. Yeah, that's unconventional. Thank you, Herb. All right, Roberto. Let's see if we can keep our stream with WNBR 2026.
Yes, hopefully YouTube won't cancel us, but this is the leader from the ride. And I was trying to get him alone, but it was really hard. Actually, I was trying to get it from behind, but all the people were behind him. So I have to ask like 5 people to get me room for the shot. And making alone, because I was trying to get him alone in the middle of the street, but it was really difficult. So this was the most successful picture of the day with him on the front. Here it's the representative theme of the ride now, riding in the middle of the street, trying to get the rights of the cyclist back to normalize riding the bike.
With this one, I need to do a double take. At first glance, it's not obvious that the riders are unclothed, especially because of the full body paint of the lead cyclist.
Yes.
Very cheeky.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
indeed.
saw him in one of the other photos
Yeah.
farther away, and I just assumed it was a riding suit.
We have the same sync issue that we had in the other one. The right eye is a little later than the left. But I like how, yeah, I like how the shadows on the road provide extra contrast to the background.
And it's nice that you captured these two cyclists before they entered that shady spot. It makes them nice and illuminated with a darker background for additional contrast.
Actually, I took like 100 pictures of this because some are on level, like another are like in the middle of the shadow. I took like 100 of this. So
I believe it.
What is the ratio of men to women who do this?
Here in Mexico, it's really low, like 1 woman out of 10 assistants. In Portland, I saw it was like 4 per 6. Every 4 women were like from 10. But here in Mexico, it's really low.
Lee's asking for a friend.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, Roberto. I didn't mean to interrupt. Did you have anything else to add?
No, it's okay. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, thank you. Let's hear next from Steve, who was close enough to smell the hairspray, which is also the title of the stereo photo.
That's right. A little frivolity. This is the Beam Pro, fairly recent, a couple weeks ago, and yeah, I was in the front row, and they wouldn't let you take pictures of the show, but then once they take the bows, you can take pictures. So that's what I did, and like the colors and the fact that they're, the position of the people gave some depth, and it's an opportunity to say you should go see this show. So if you're in San Francisco, it's at the San Francisco Playhouse until mid-September, and it is a really great show. Oh my God, it's so full of energy. It's not stop. I don't know if anybody's seen Hairspray. The movie's not bad. I didn't care for all of the casting in the movie, but this is fantastic. You should go see it.
Steve, did you adjust the colors or the saturation in this photo?
No.
Huh.
I mean, the Beam Pro really does capture color. I guess I could have toned down the red if that's what you're getting at. It does seem pretty hot.
What I'm getting at is that I think your Beam Pro has better color fidelity than my Beam Pro. I'm generally dissatisfied with the color accuracy of my Beam Pro photos, but this is so colorful and vibrant and saturated. I don't want to make this about me, but I also recently scratched one of the lenses on my Beam Pro, so I might be upgrading to another one, and I'm curious if the color interpretation will match between the two devices.
Yeah, can't help you there.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I like it. They're certainly reasonably priced if you can go to Walmart and get one for $100. I got mine at Amazon for double that, but I still feel like it was a good deal.
And the placement of
My
the actors
Pro
is
has
perfect.
great color too.
Is that right?
I'm
Yeah.
really happy.
I haven't noticed, Phyllis, on your X-Reel photos, such as the botanical garden, any color inaccuracies either. So maybe it's just me. It could
Well, your
be.
bus stop image was fine. Did you have a problem with the color there?
I find that mine generally have sort of a greenish tint, and I don't get. I think mine works well in less saturated environments. I'm curious what mine would have done with this, but I wouldn't expect to get such a colorful photo out of mine. Steve, I'm sorry, I totally dominated your photo with my discussion. Was there anything that you wanted to add? Anything that I prevented you from saying?
What, me?
Yeah, I didn't. I'm
No.
just okay.
No, I'm done.
Well, it's a good one. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks.
And here's one of mine. Wild mustard. This was taken a couple months ago during my landscape stereo photography project. This was at the end of a hike in Mount Diablo. This was actually in the parking lot, and I thought this is one of the best shots that I got all day, and it was the last shot that I got. I think it's a fair subject. I think it works better in stereo than it does in 2D, and I got happy with the exposure. I took this with my twin Sonys.
Yeah, the exposure really makes it. The sky is gorgeous. All the colors nicely saturated.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sorry, was this the X-Beam?
No,
Sonys.
this is I also shoot with two Sony cameras that are synchronized, and I'll show those to you. And that's what I use to get this photo. I like those Sonys. They're easy to synchronize, and of course I can adjust the stereo base, the distance between them very easily. Some people love Sony cameras, some people don't love them. They work for me.
I find myself leaning towards the Sony setup, but I need to learn more.
Yeah. Well, we will talk. But before that, let's hear from Phyllis. This is Hope with Fan.
This is with the Beam Pro, and I do Civil War reenacting, and this is actually my little shop, and she was one of my little customers.
Wow.
Great portrait.
And her name is Hope. That's why. charming little girl.
I will comment again on the lovely indirect light. I'm guessing she's inside like a canopy
Inside a
or a
white
stall or something. Yeah, okay.
Perfect softbox.
Perfect softbox indeed. She's inside the softbox.
Inside the softbox. Yeah, it's quite a large tent, and my girlfriend and I put it up by ourselves. It's a big tent.
Wow.
About 20 by, and very tall.
And quite a few items inside.
Yeah, that's actually at the end of it when I actually sold a bunch. So
right.
There's a lot of emptiness there that I'm happy to have.
In 2D, she gets a little bit lost in the background, but the 3D really separates her from the items in the back.
Yes, it really does. That does make a big difference.
Did you pose her, or is that
nope,
a pose
she did it
that
herself.
She did naturally? Wow,
she was saying that she really liked that fan, and so I grabbed a picture while she was fanning herself.
You captured a really nice moment here. Yeah, well done.
A lot of the kids like hanging out with us, so it's really fun.
Beam Pro?
Yes.
Yeah. You're doing great work with it.
Again, great color with it. You know, I didn't do anything to this. Yeah. I very rarely have to do much saturation or anything.
Yeah, the color on that fan is magnificent. As are the flesh tones of your model.
I like on the right side of that fan, it's almost translucent.
Yeah, you could see a bit.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, well done. There's a spontaneity to this as well.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable. Thanks, Phyllis. Melinda, coming up next is Marina Sunset, and the date July 12th, 2026.
Yeah, this was
wow.
A couple of weeks ago. I think I mentioned that that we got some great sunsets. We were talking about it at our last meeting, and this one I took with my DSLR. I recently have mostly switched from defaulting to shutter-based images to aperture-based. So this was with about a 4.5 f-stop, and mostly I was just looking at the preview, which got the shadows quite dark. I wanted to make sure it was deliberately underexposed, and the results were good. And if I just do my normal filters and stuff, it doesn't come out that great. Like when doing auto levels, all of the blues really jump out, but then it looks like it's not even close to sunset. So instead, I just did some adjustments by hand, and mostly left it as close to fresh out of the camera as I could. I did increase the contrast a bit to get those two layers in the foreground nicely separated, and I painted out some things that were sort of vaguely visible in the shadows there. So the foreground is completely black, and then of course the borders help a lot when there's a lot of black around the border.
I think you've got a seagull over the Golden Gate Bridge in the left eye.
I would not be surprised. In the
Just a
left.
little speck over the North Tower.
Oh yeah, I see it. Uh-huh. Yeah, I would have taken that out if I'd spotted it. The weird thing is that up against the sky near the top, there's a bright yellow feature, but it's definitely there. It's something in the clouds, but it's kind of unusual. And I was kind of borderline going to take it out just because it's distracting, but it's also accurate, and it didn't seem to be hurting anything.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I like how you've got the clouds just right on top of the structure.
On top of the structure.
The parallax on the clouds puts the sky just above the dome of the palace. It's any lower it'd be a conflict, but it's just right.
Oh yeah, and the clouds are sort of showing as like in front of the palace, which they definitely are not. But that's the cloud motion. That's how I got
It still works.
No, it works great.
Thank you.
I love how we just have a few hints to tell us where this is, but it's enough to make it clear that this is a view of San Francisco. Very successful. Thank you, Melinda. We have one more stereo photo in tonight's slideshow. Thank you for sticking around and staying a little late. This is by Bob. The title is Winged Mural.
Actually, the title of the mural is In the Garden of Sharing. This was, I took this in Albuquerque at the recent 3D Con. And this mural is dedicated to Jennifer Riordan, who was a local organizer and very popular figure in the neighborhood, who was the passenger on that Southwest airline flight that unfortunately met a tragic end when the engine failed and blew a hole in the side of the plane. So. And I took this, 3D Con has a on-site competition for people to submit photos taken during the conference. And this, I took a walk about 2 hours before the deadline and took this iPhone Cha-Cha and submitted it. And it took first place.
Oh, wow. So how did you do the alignment and stuff?
I just did the Cha-Cha and I ran it through Stereo Photo Maker.
And, oh, you had a PC with you, or you have that on your phone or something, or?
Well, I have i3D Steroid on the phone.
Ah, okay.
Which is what I used to submit it. When I got home, I ran it through Stereo Photo Maker on my Mac, and it didn't need a lot of adjustment. But I just, it kind of amused me that people were walking around with very expensive, I think George Themlis had 2 packs around his neck, a couple of Leicas on a bar and some other stuff. But I like traveling light, so.
Your composition is amazing.
And great luck with those clouds. Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, the clouds, I couldn't have asked for better clouds during the conference. It was pretty amazing.
I would have thought you cloned those clouds in.
No, I didn't touch this at all. I don't even think I may have boosted saturation slightly, but no other manipulation.
Really nice.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Bob.
Sure.
What a fantastic slideshow tonight. That is our slideshow, but of course we're not done yet. For those who can and are participating in the poll, Does anyone need more time? Does anyone need me to go through the slideshow again? I'll wait a minute or two to allow everyone to get their poll selection submitted, and then I'll just need a few moments to prepare the results, and I'll let you talk amongst yourselves while I do that. Before I do that, though, I do want to remind everyone that we do not have a special subject this month. We don't have a meeting next week. I'll be off on summer break, but we will be back and returning to 2 meetings in September. Our September meeting date is something I should have written down, and I didn't, but I can tell you it will be Tuesday, September 1st, will be our open division. Our special division for September will be Tuesday, September 8th. That's after Labor Day. And the subject for September is reflections and refractions. Capture depth through glass, water, mirrors, and so on. And of course, that's open to interpretation.
Matt, I have a question. I'm trying to submit, and it's giving me an error. And I'm not sure if we were supposed to give a 0 to our own or just leave them blank.
You could leave them blank.
That's what I did, but I'm getting a 500 internal server error.
Yep.
Oh, are you also getting an error, Roberto?
Yes, actually, I was trying to submit my votes, but I got the 500, tried to refresh the page and lost and couldn't get into the poll again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do see that we have a few submittals, but
mine went in fine. I did enter zeros for the 2 pictures that weren't qualified at the top.
I think that's,
well, let me try putting zeros on mine.
I think that's probably a coincidence, because the 0 is actually a new value that we added so that we could reset. Yeah, I see what you mean. I'm not able to load the poll using the QR code. So something happened. I'm very sorry. We've clearly had some technical issues tonight with the poll, which I will investigate, with the Twitch stream, which I will follow up on. So I'll go ahead and yes, go ahead.
Do you want to try to redo the poll?
Well,
it sounds like half of the people didn't get a chance.
It would take me about 30 minutes to set up a new poll. So I guess the 2 options is I can calculate the result based on the results that we have, or we can skip the poll tonight. Shall I go ahead and process what we have?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to do that. We'll take the results for what they are. I'll look into what the glitch was tonight. I'm going to disappear for a few moments, but I know that Jeff had some questions about dual camera rigs for stereo photography, and maybe we can answer some of his questions. So I'll be right back, and I will let you speak amongst yourselves.
Hi. So I guess after you've been doing this a while, do you end up with multiple stereo rigs, or I'm thinking like I would want the X-beam and some other rig.
Yeah, it depends on what your requirements are. I mean, I have a W3 and I also shoot a lot of cha-chas with my phone.
How much do you want to carry around with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Sometimes start simpler. I'm thinking about just getting the X-beam. At first I thought I wouldn't like the X-beam, but now I'm thinking I might like it. I should just do it.
Yeah, everybody seems to be getting good results with the X-Beam. I'm liking it. I never thought anything would replace the W3, but yeah, pretty much that's become my camera.
I need to refresh my memory on the W3.
The Fuji W3 came out about 20 years ago now.
Oh, right. I remember it's Fuji. That's
Yeah.
right.
Fuji, yeah.
It's a nice little portable camera, and the biggest advantage is it has a lenticular screen, so you can show your subject a 3D picture, and the response is always the same. Where can I get one?
Yeah, the only problem with it now is that its chips are pretty small. You get kind of muddy color if the exposure is low.
Oh, right.
But the color range on it is very nice. It's definitely, a camera from a camera company.
Uh-huh. Okay, so let me ask you this. I know you can buy it with glasses. And I know that we wouldn't normally use those glasses, but I was thinking if you're in the field or out somewhere shooting with that X-Beam and you need to see immediate feedback, the glasses would be nice, wouldn't they, to have?
You're talking about the X-Beam.
I
I'm
don't
talking
think you
about
need
the
them.
X-Beam. Sorry, the X-Beam. I'm talking about the X-Beam.
I have
Yeah,
them and I've never used them.
The X-Beam will display side by side, and you can get a little clip-on. In fact, they fold, so they take up a very small amount of space. You clip it onto your phone, and then you look at it the way you would a stereo viewer. They
Or
still
free
call them
view it.
stereo opticons, but I think it's called
Yeah.
something simpler now.
Yeah, as Phyllis was saying, you can preview too. If I hold it at arm's length, I can do the wall-eyed view just fine.
Yeah, I can free view a phone, and I can cross-eye free view. I'm trying to remember if the X-Beam you can switch.
No,
I think
Okay.
it does. I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't think it did.
Yeah,
So you have options, and the glasses for the X-Beam are pretty expensive.
Yeah, they're very expensive. I guess, in terms of composition and exposure, you could just look at it and see it, and then I guess just take a lot of shots and then check the 3D later, right? So,
well, I mean, you can preview it or use the device like Steve says if you want instant results, or you can just press. I mean, you get better with time as you experiment with it. You'll get a pretty good sense of how much separation is needed for the depth of the subject.
And the W3 has a auto stereo viewer. I never use it. It's frankly just too small to make judgments. I have to wait till I get home, and then I can see it on my computer monitor.
right.
So that seems to be the way to work.
You have a 3D TV?
I have a 3D TV, but it's too complicated to send stuff over to it, and then my paint program doesn't interact well with my TV, so I just use the beam splitter mirror device.
Jeffrey, do you have a 3D TV?
No, I do.
Okay.
Oh,
I find it, I see things on the 3D TV that I miss on the monitor, even free viewing or using a device. So I find it really useful. But I talked to several people who have the glasses for the X-Beam. And one big advantage of the glasses, if you want to view any 3D content, Blu-rays, anything, you're on a plane, you want to watch a movie, it's pretty incredible. I mean, it's like being in a theater.
Mhm.
And I'm curious to know if I could use it to do any editing and basically see some of the errors that I'm spotting on the 3D TV by using the glasses. So anybody who's had more experience with that, and they're coming out with a even wider field of view for the glasses, but I understand that it's more susceptible to seeing the pixel.
Yeah. So Robert, Jim Harp did a presentation at NYSA on precisely that, using the glasses for
Uh-huh.
etching. And then I prepared some slides from Jim's presentation.
Great.
So if you can't find it on the NYSA website, email me and I'll dig it up and email you a copy of the slides.
Great. Thanks, Herb. Appreciate it.
Hey guys, I don't mean to interrupt the discussion. We can continue it after I show the results of tonight's slideshow. Take these, well, actually, hang on. I want to make this a little easier to read because we have so many. That's a little better, yeah. Let me share the results and I'll shut up. Again, take these with a grain of salt because we only had about half of because only about half of our meeting participants tonight were able to submit their poll results. I'm sorry for making you work so hard without having your opinions represented. I will track that down, but this will give us a general sense of the feedback that we received tonight. So thank you everyone for your participation in tonight's poll. I think you can all see the results if you're viewing the Zoom screen share. And we will continue with these good results next month. But let's continue with the conversation. I have a link to share with you, Jeff. I'm going to put it in the chat. I might have sent this to you earlier. So if this is a duplicate, my apologies.
The X-beam link, yeah.
There's the X-beam.
I've been looking at it. I've been looking at different options, thinking about it. The Sony looks like a nice setup to me.
And that's what I'll show you. I have a review of my Sony rig that I will put in the chat. It's posted on our website. And these aren't the only Sony cameras that you can synchronize and use for stereo photography. They're the ones that I use. Roberto has a similar model as well as other camera rigs. I like these Sony RX02s. They're a little more expensive now than they were a year ago, I presume because of tariffs. I paid $700 in each for these several years ago. I think they've gone up a little bit, but because they're small, you can make a natural vision stereo base. You could get the lenses about 65 millimeters apart. They're lightweight. They're easy to synchronize. They do have disadvantages. There isn't really a full manual mode. The lenses aren't interchangeable, but it's what I shoot with, and you might want to check these out.
Yeah, it looks good. I've also thought for a while I might get the X-beam Pro, and then I can still shoot manual on the Realist and just have it scanned.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. For now, I like black and white. There's a place in Des Moines, Iowa, doing black and white transparencies. I used to process my own film and do a reversal process. Kodak had that kit, and I have some old ones that are really nice. The black and white ones of the stereo viewer. I liked them a lot.
And of course, if you're scanning your negatives, you don't need to shoot with black and white film.
You know what? I didn't even think of that. That's so obvious, right?
Yeah. It's you'll find you've got a lot of freedom with digital workflow.
Yeah, that's true.
But of course, with black and white film, you can develop that yourself much more easily than color film if that was something you were interested in.
The trade-off is if you start with a color image, you have a lot more leeway to grade to black and white.
that's true.
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, if you have a color image and say you have a landscape that's like mostly blue and brown, if you just shot in black and white film, then you're stuck with whatever the color sensitivity was. But if you had a color image, then you can grade the blue part of the image darker. You can black out the sky, whatever, and it'll just read as lower on the grayscale.
Yeah, a lot of those controls are in Photoshop. You can adjust how it interprets the color into black and white.
Yeah,
Also, Affinity have that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Jeff, I also wanted to show you my Canon cameras. Well, here's one of them. This particular one is a rather old Canon Rebel. I have two of these.
And Lee, you were holding up something earlier. What rig was that?
That was a couple of those two RXO2 little bitty Sonys.
Nice.
Good night, Herb.
I use them quite a bit now.
They're, I think they're a good option. Cameras like this, of course, they're bulkier. You're not going to get them as close together. I use these for landscapes primarily now. These, of course, will take interchangeable lenses. You have more control over the exposure. And these in particular are very easy to synchronize. The remote shutter release port, it's a 2.5 millimeter audio jack. So the cables are very inexpensive, and it's just a matter of connecting the two with that cable. There's no software involved or anything like that. These particular bodies are totally obsolete. These are from 2008. I just upgraded my Rebels for another project. I spent about $50 for a 10-year-old Canon Rebel body. I forget exactly what it was, but it has much higher resolution than these old cameras and didn't cost me much at all. Of course, I already have the lenses and the other things that I need. If you have a DSLR like this, you might want to consider buying a second-hand, and starting that way.
Yeah, I have an EOS, an old 60D. That's old. That probably wouldn't cost much to buy another one.
Yeah, let's see.
Also for viewing, if you have a side-by-side with the Xbeam Pro, you can use this one, Viewmaster, the one that takes cell phones. You can see the stereo picture here if you get difficulty with any other trying like free viewing or something like that. With this one, I have some of my friends suffer trying to get the depth of the pictures. But with this one, they get it upright, like with no hassle.
Well, I should just start. I think I should start with the X-Beam and just start shooting a lot.
I don't think you can go wrong with that X-Beam Pro. For what it's worth, I just put a link in to a random eBay listing for a 60D body. These cameras have a lifespan of about 100,000 shutter fires. So 23,000 shutter count isn't bad. Still got a, roughly about 75%. I can't vouch for this particular listing, but I've had good luck with eBay sales like this. So something else to keep in mind.
Yeah, I bought a lot of stuff on eBay. I have a Bolex 16 millimeter camera. I bought lenses.
Nice.
They're really nice.
Yeah. Oh, 16 millimeter filmmaking. That's a whole other
I,
universe.
you know, I I have to curb my interests. I like short filmmaking. I like found home movies. I have a 300 home movies I've collected, and I know they have an annual like home movie night where people show them. I want to get involved in that. I have a home movie with Anne Margaret in it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Um,
it's really interesting.
well, I'm working with Tor on a 8 millimeter movie film scanner right now. In fact, that's what I bought that Canon Rebel body for. So that's a whole
I have
nother
a
conversation.
8 millimeter scanner.
Oh,
Hmm.
small world. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Margaret, Bye Bye Birdie,
Right.
at the start and the end of the movie.
I have a home movie of her landing on the USO tour of 1968, I believe it is, on the USS Kitty Hawk. And she lands in a helicopter and the captain comes out to greet her. It's really shot well too. I'm gonna post it.
Yeah, that deserves
Yeah.
to be shared.
Somebody
Exciting.
would like it. Somebody I have a bunch of Kitty Hawk stuff. I just put it on there for the people that served on Kitty Hawk.
Yeah.
But
It doesn't have to appeal to 20 million people. If it appeals
Right.
to 20 people, it's worth
Yeah.
worth posting and sharing.
I
Okay.
would like to talk about something when
Yes.
everybody has got their words in. I
Take it
would
away.
like to talk about why the Alabama Hills are in California. Since I am now in Alabama.
You're in Alabama right now?
I am in Alabama. I am originally from Texas, but I have been in Alabama half of my life. Uncle Sam drafted me and sent me to Alabama. That's where I am now.
So are you already familiar with the Alabama Hills?
Yes, I have been there many times.
Okay, all right. So you know about it.
The Alabama Hills were named by, whether you want to call it the Civil War time or the war between the states or the War of Northern Aggression or the War of Southern Rebellion, whatever you want to call it. There was a ship named Alabama that fought on the Confederate side and did very well at that time. So some sympathizers for the South named it Alabama Hills. The Northerners didn't like that and started naming many other things for northern things. It's very near Lone Pine.
Right.
Movies were made there by every Western
Everybody.
cowboy you ever saw. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Lee. And they were beautiful stereo photos as well.
Well, thank you. Okay, I got a bit of trivia. Where is the last original remaining Civil War buildings, structures as they were during the Civil War, unmolested, that still exist today?
Is it in the river town? Can't think of the name now.
They're on.
Valley Forge?
No, they're
No,
in
that wasn't it.
They're in San Francisco
How about that?
on Angel Island.
Huh.
Remote. People don't develop it. It was a Union outpost, even though they weren't involved in the war directly. That's why they still are there.
How about that?
Nice.
I haven't been out to Angel Island in years.
Yeah, I've been
Now
out
I
there.
have an excuse. Roberto, what is this Instagram link? This is your...
Yes, this is, well, if you are interested in filming some stereoscopic stuff, this is my rig that I use with two DJI actions too, if you want to check it out. And also I record binaural with this ambisonic microphone that I got. So if you want to get
Oh
some,
wow.
it's yes, it's a little bit extreme in the sense of you get stereoscopic and binaural, but I like the solution.
You're a swimmer too, right?
Yes, I also take it for some splashes with the camera.
Do you do underwater 3D?
Yep.
I've thought about trying it.
Yep, with the DEI actions, I 3D printed a rig that I can take it underwater and
I'd
use
like
it.
to see it. I'd like to see it
Yeah,
sometime.
you had a couple of images in a couple of months back. They were
Yep.
really spectacular. Not sure which session that was, but it should still be up on the YouTube streams.
Well, and you do post photos of some of your stereo camera rigs on your Instagram, so it's definitely worth checking out. I'll put the general link in the chat. I think, Jeff, you might find some inspiration from some of these.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, also lenticular. I have with 4 RXOs. I get a lenticular gift, and you can move it like without any viewer. So there's another solution.
Roberto, do you ever make lenticular prints, or do you post them as animations?
Yes, as a gift. I haven't found a place here in Mexico, or maybe someone that ships to Mexico, a lenticular solution. So it's a little bit difficult.
Yeah, I see. I see. Yeah, that's something I haven't gone that far yet with my Sonys. I'd like to try that someday. I'm looking at your lenticular rig right now on Instagram. It's very impressive.
Yeah, it is. So, Roberto, you're actually in Mexico?
Yes, I'm Mexico City.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm here. I don't know how I get it here, but yes.
I had a quick unrelated note. I don't know how many of us are in the 3D Blu-ray movie collection zone, but there was a recent release came out, this very early Jackie Chan title, Magnificent Bodyguards, and a number of folks had trouble playing the disc. And I've since heard and tested to some degree the fix for it, which is because the booklet and the glasses are packed so close to the disc is actually slightly bent. And so the trick is to press it under a heavy book for a couple of nights.
Did that work for you, Tor?
It has. I tested briefly. I was able to click through all chapters through the end of the movie. There was a delay in the middle, which I think is the layer change. So I need to actually sit down and watch the thing and see how it plays all the way through. But that does seem to be the remedy, is that the case is simply physically packed too tight for the discs.
Wow. Well, here's my replacement copy.
Yeah,
which I have not played yet.
The second party I'd ordered from just sent out a replacement, no questions asked, and I had the exact same problem with it. And then I talked to the actual company that produced the discs, and they determined that was the actual flaw.
At the 3D Con, we saw Money from Home with
nice.
Jerry Lewis.
Yeah,
I have noticed from Kino Lorber they are shipping my copy to me right now.
Excellent.
What's the name of the film?
Money from Home. This was Martin and Lewis's only 3D movie. It was shot in 3-strip Technicolor, which means the restoration involved 6 negatives. It took quite a while, but it's finally coming out.
Wow.
It's also available at Amazon, so you can get free shipping.
Now, Tor, this is not 3D related, but do you have any recommendations regarding Odysseus?
I liked it. I've seen it in 70 millimeter film and a standard digital scope. I haven't gotten into an IMAX show. Some of those shows are sold out through the next month or so. But as a movie, I liked it a lot. I think it's Nolan's most accessible movie in a while, which is a weird thing to say about a guy whose movies regularly make $1 billion, but I liked it a lot.
And you say you saw it in 70 millimeter,
The Grand
but
the
not
Grand
on-
Lake the Grand Lake Theater in Oakland has it in straight 70, 5 perf.
Nice. Thank
Well,
you.
speaking of movies, I recommend Spider-Man: Brand New Day,
It's
which
very
is in
good.
3D. Is in 3D,
Where you can
and the
find
camera
it.
work is truly amazing.
Yeah, I
And
haven't
it
gotten
is
into it.
doing much, much better than Supergirl did. Much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a better movie.
What's the title of that? The Superman one?
Spider-Man Brand
Oh,
New
Spider-
Day came out on Friday
Right.
and is doing incredibly well. And it's actually a really good film. It's got really nice character moments. And the 3D is a conversion, of course. But
That's
and
not
I have-
available on Blu-ray, is it?
No, it's just come out in theaters. It's only in theaters right now.
Okay.
And it's already making money 3 times as fast as The Odyssey. It's doing very well.
It
Oh,
has
wow.
a lot of the same cast members as the Odyssey.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, 3 of them.
I've got some new Blu-ray 3Ds to show off. Tor, of course, brought up The Magnificent Bodyguards, which looked like a really fun Jackie Chan movie, great 3D, at least the part that I was able to watch before it started skipping. I'll flatten my disc. Kino Lorber has their second remaster of Arch Obler's The Bubble. Here's the first one. This came out, I should have looked at the date, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, something like that.
Something like.
They're doing this now. This isn't the first 3D title that's had a follow-up release that I've purchased. They can just do so much more with the, I guess, with the restoration tools that they have now. Not a great movie. Very interesting 3D, space vision, really putting stuff outside the window. No matter how you feel about that, at least it's different. The Flesh and Blood Show. This has a 3-minute 3D sequence at the end, a bit of Othello. The rest of it is a sort of a conventional 1972 horror film, but not bad. Definitely recommended. And I have no idea what this is. Hyperspace, Chris Elliott, Paula Poundstone, 1984, 3D. Never heard of it.
Right. That was during that 3D revival era.
Yeah.
Still
remember
waiting
that.
on Star Chaser. Still
Yes.
waiting on Space Hunter.
We did get Metal Storm, but we didn't
Yes.
get Space Hunter. Yeah.
I remember they re-released the Wax Museum like in around 1984, somewhere in there. I went to see it in the
Did you see
theater.
House of
theatrically?
Wax. Yeah.
Yeah, House of Wax. Yeah,
That one's really good.
it's a good film. Yeah.
Do you recall, Jeff, how they projected it? Was it Anaglyph or was it
I
polarized?
don't know.
It's a long time ago, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think I saw it at the Pleasant Hill Dome. and
That's where I saw it.
Yeah, it was polarized full color, so it must have been a split diopter, like both images on the same film strip, and then a wacky attachment on the projector.
Right. Yeah, very much a classic.
Matt,
Yeah.
do you make short films? I'm sorry, I don't want to get off, but I can talk to you about it later. But are you into filmmaking?
Yeah, not so much now. I used to quite a bit. I was a animator and short
Okay.
filmmaker.
Okay.
Tora and I shot a 3D short that I'm very proud of in 2013 called Last Thread. Maybe I can find it. Because
on YouTube.
And by the way, I'm a filmmaker.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I do for a
Animator.
living.
Oh,
Yeah. And I've made a bunch of short films that have been distributed.
oh, wow. I'd like to see him.
Including 3D films.
I've been shooting a film for quite a few years when I get opportunity I've been working on. I'm semi close to being done with it. I shot a lot of it on the Bolex.
That's what I used to use. I had a Bolex X4.
Yeah, and the last part's going to be shot on a 1970 Sony black and white video camera, Vidicon.
Oh wow.
All set up for it.
So it's retro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the effects that make it look like it was a video or make it look like it was a black and white film. Even part of my film, I ran it through the projector like 100 times, broke it, spliced it together, and then scanned it.
Nice. Get all of that natural grit in there.
Yeah.
Give it some texture.
I got to see your films. Of course, when I put your name in, you know who comes up.
Yeah, the martial arts guy.
Yeah.
It's really bad. He doesn't even spell either of his names the same as mine.
Well,
but he's more famous.
I'm an insurance agent, and when I have a few customers named Siegel, and when you can spell Siegel more ways
put
any
in,
other word.
Try Siegel Tunes and see what happens.
I've got it right here.
SEGALTOONS. And it should take you to my website, and there's a bunch of my films right there on the first page.
Right.
I also put a link to Steve's YouTube channel in the chat.
That's another way to do it. Yeah, that guy's the bane of my existence. He's not even that good.
No.
Yeah, you'll really enjoy these. And yeah, I see Steve has posted a side-by-side version of Demented Dancing Doohickeys. That's a good one. And Steve, do you have a 3D version?
That was my first stereoscopic film.
And do you have a Misfit posted in 3D?
I think so.
I see Misfit on your page.
I'm not sure where it is. My latest film is not in 3D, and I'm not going to post it till the end of the year. It's called what is it called? Don't Panic. But where are you based? Are you here
I'm in
the
San
Bay Area?
I'm in San Francisco.
Oh well, we should get together then.
Yeah. I grew up in Martinez. I'm from Martinez originally. My mom and my sister live there still, so I'm out there all the time.
Yeah, a lot of us are in the East Bay.
Yeah, I'm in Berkeley.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think it'd be fun to get together now and then.
Yeah, we used to get together all the time, like every month, and we don't do that anymore. Yeah, we'll definitely make that happen. Jeff, will you be able to drop by our booth at the Solano Stroll in Berkeley on Sunday, September 13th?
I'm sure I can make it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great street fair as well.
My wife and I used to work street fairs. We had our own. My wife strung pearls years ago, like 20 years ago. Well, I think we had a booth there once in that fair. Yeah.
Well, if you can drop by, you'll see a couple of us in person, and
Okay, great. I'll be there.
Well, we did a lot of live events last year, and this year I really haven't had a chance to set them up. But we do meet in person. Not as often as I would like, but that can definitely happen. At least those of us who are in the East Bay.
Mm-hmm. Well, my daughter lives in Berkeley. She's attending the university, so I'm there all the time too.
Yeah, it could definitely happen.
Okay.
And I have a question for those who use Stereo Photomaker. I got a warning from Apple that Intel-based software is not going to be supported with the next update. So, do you recommend any other software that works with silicon processor?
I only know Stereo Photomaker. What do you primarily use Stereo Photomaker for? For alignment? For
alignment?
cropping?
Yes. alignment, and with this last weekend, matching the color, because it was, I don't know why I got different tones with my both RXOs, so I have to use the color matching system with the stereo photo maker.
I can tell you that Photoshop has an alignment tool, and of course you could match color. I forget if you use Photoshop. It's kind of overkill. Personally, maybe someone else knows of other standalone stereo photography editing programs.
Nope.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about anything but
It's the
stereo
only
photo
game in
maker.
town. Maybe buy a cheap Windows laptop. Of course, with memory prices what they are, there really aren't a lot of cheap Windows laptops, but maybe a second-hand one. It's not a program that needs really a lot of resources.
Yes, maybe I will do it and get my process a little bit more complicated, but yeah, that doesn't hurt.
It's a pretty lame idea, but I guess it's an option. Photoshop's auto align layers tool is what I sometimes use to align my stereo pair, but you have to be careful with it because the default option allows Photoshop to do perspective changes to the chips, which will, destroy the stereo effect. So you have to make sure to specify only to adjust the position of the layers. And I still think Stereo Photomaker's auto alignment tool is superior. But good luck. Let us know
Yes,
what
I
you
will find
figure out. Yeah, you're not the only one with this problem. I compromised and I switched to a Windows platform just because of Stereo Photomaker. I much prefer Macs myself. But here I am.
Perfect. Well, thank you.
Yeah, well, for what it's worth. All right. Well, I think it's probably time to wrap up the meeting. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Jeff, I hope we got you started on the right path. Just a reminder, there's no meeting next week, but I will see you on September 1st. Have a great month, and I'll see you then. Good night,
All
guys.
right.
Save chat right
Yes.
now. Save your chat.
Yes, save the chat.
Save my what?
The
Chat.
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 If
Oh
you
yeah,
want
I
to
did.
keep
I
the
clicked on those
lists.
links already. I have them saved in another window.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Good night,
Okay,
guys.
bye-bye.